Hello everybody, Guys the Pirate here, and welcome back to another commentary. Now, I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. I know I did. I got a new set of speakers for my computer, some of the best I've ever used. So everything's a little happy and dandy right about there. And I also thought I would sit back and have a little bit of a bitch, one last bitch, before the end of the year. Because as you know, New Year's is in about 4 days' time, and I intend to take maybe 2 weeks break off from YouTube just to try and get another burst of creativity to add to my channel, maybe create a new background for the channel, maybe even get around to creating a new intro, because as you know, mine's still, it's simple, but might as well do something to bring it into the new year and all of that fancy stuff. Maybe get some new ideas on what to do for my videos instead of just plain old commentaries. But that's a story for another day. I'll be posting updates throughout the weeks on my Facebook page. If you haven't liked it, it's in my description down below. Shameless self-promotion. Now, anyway, onto my little bitch again. I thought I would sit back and bitch to you guys, because you love to hear me do that, about OverTheTop Fans. Now, as you know, everyone is a fan of something, or most people are anyway. Like, for example, I'm a fan of the 007 films, or gaming, and anime, and heavy metal music, all that sorts of stuff. But there is a fine line between being a fan of something and being absolutely fucking crazy about it. And I think you know what I might be getting at. You know, you're kind of people who worship what they like as if it were a religion. And you see it all the times with big things, say like your ATI versus Nvidia for computer cards, Apple versus Sony or whatever they're up against these. Apple versus Android with your phones, and all your games like Call of Duty versus Battlefield. All this crazy crap that people go on and on about as if it's a religion, and they feel the need to fight with a competitor. They don't like the fact that someone might be doing something similar and could possibly be doing it better. This is also a big case in the music industry, as you know. Like, this year we've had One Direction. Now, if none of you have seen what the fans of that band are like, please tell me you're living under a rock, and where can I go, because I'm sick of seeing it. What I mean by that is, you see, it's mostly young girls too, which seems to be the people who go the most over the top. Like, oh my god, they're so perfect! And I see this with just about everything, that every kind of piece of music that has a teenage girl following, especially if they're around 13 years old. For example, you've got Justin Bieber from last year, even this year even, One Direction, and even with some of the metal bands like Black Veil Brides, Pierce the Veil, Sleeping with Sirens, you get all your little teeny bopper little girls who go, oh my god, these people are perfection, have my babies, everything like that. These people make absolute dickheads of themselves. That's just saying it right now. It's the female fans who are between 13 to 16 and even a little bit older, because their maturity hasn't kind of cracked in. Oh my god, that's a sexist comment! Shush, shh, 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 shh. I'm having my say. I'm entitled to it. And I don't understand why people get so obsessed with these things. I mean, it's just another piece of music or another piece of hardware, and there's going to be new ones which come in after it, and people are going to obsess over it just as much as the old stuff, if not even more. And for example, I saw this thing with Pierce the Veil. They'd won some, was it Band of the Year awards or something like that, up on Fearless Records' Facebook page. And someone pointed out quite clearly that it's got a lot to do with the fan base of these bands, where you get all your teen girls, and there really is a lot of them. You could make a small army out of them if they're that useful. Another sexist comment again. Please do not hunt me down. I'm not giving you my address. And that's where all the votes are coming in from, which is good in a sense. It shows that a fan base is dedicated, but it gives little chance to other bands who are also competing. But you know, that's just me. When someone gets so obsessed with something like this, they don't really see the faults with a band or a product or a person or whatever else, because The way I see it, if you're going to be a fan of something, going to like something, you also need to be able to acknowledge some sort of faults that are with it. For example, some bands that people really like may be very generic or not so original, but if you're being ignorant and just saying, oh my god, these people are perfection, or this company is perfection, nothing could be wrong with them, then I need you to go and sit in the corner for a little bit, isolate yourself from society, and take a think about what you're saying. And I think, like, as for me, I know that a lot of the bands I like to listen to, or a lot of the companies I am a big, rather fond of, I know that there's faults, because nothing is perfect. I'm not going to be naive enough to say that this thing is perfect. Nothing is perfect. No one is perfect, and if you think they are, you're blinded by some sort of ignorance and unwillingness to accept that there are faults. So, that's just my opinion. I think that if you're going to be a fan of something, you need to be able to acknowledge both the good... No, you take the good with the bad. You like what's really good about them, and you accept what is not so good about them, and also accept that other people may have a different opinion to what yours is. Because let's face it, some people, when they get so into something, become such a fan of something, they will blatantly and blindly attack the other competitors, because they don't like the idea that someone might not think the same as they do. But that's just the modern day world for you folks. This has been my final rant for the year. If you haven't subscribed to me already, it would do me a wonderful favor if you could subscribe to me. I haven't quite reached my goal of 150 by New Year's, but there's still a few days. Please share the video around to any friends of yours which might be interested in hearing what I talk about. And I just want to say a big thank you to all my subscribers for being here for me for the whole year. I've been doing this for a year now, and I just want to say I love you all. Couldn't have got this far without you, and I will see you all next year. Guys, a pirate out.